Hello, everybody, and welcome to ABM Answered, the quickfire Demand Gen and ABM video series, or at least that's what we're aiming for today, Katya. So today I'm joined by Katya Tarapovskaia. Oh, damn, I was doing so well before this. Who is the co-founder and head of marketing consulting at UStella? So Katya is a MarTech whiz, but also I think UStella are partnerships with Sixth Sense and HubSpot as well. So I'm hoping to dive a bit deeper into that as well. But Katya, it'd be great if you could give like a little introduction about yourself, your experience, and anything else that you think's relevant.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm Katya. So I've been doing marketing over 15 years now. And on the corporate side, companies like Snowflake, Twilio, MasterCard, and on the agency side, global agencies, Havas Media. So my experience is very broad. So on both sides. Also, I'm a marketeer, but actually I was on the sales side as well. So that's why I think ABM role is my favorite role because I know how to work with sales, and I also used to be a salesperson. So that's why I find it's very exciting. It's a very great topic to talk about. About my experience, so ABM, demand generation, I would say different marketing strategies. Talking about UStella's marketing agency consultancy in partnership with Sixth Sense and HubSpot, focusing on account-based go-to-market strategies. So what we actually do, we help SaaS businesses adopting account-based revenues engine, find the right engine for them. So focusing on ABM. My partners, Sixth Sense and HubSpot, we can talk more about this technology, but I find them the most effective for ABM and for account-based go-to-market strategies as well. Yes, just in short about my experience.
No, that's awesome. And you've already earned points with me, the fact that you have a sales background. I feel like every marketer in the world should have a sales background because it would stop so many arguments.
Yeah.
So to run you, Katya, through the rules and the viewers through the rules, Katya, in this case, will be given a set of questions, 7 to be precise, all about account-based marketing. Questions have come from and been adapted based on the data that we've collected at Mixed Reality Rooms, where over 1,000 marketers have gone through and stated what their biggest headaches are. And what I like to say, Katya, now at big time, is we've started to include previous guest questions. Obviously, I joke we're not big time yet. But Katya, are you ready for question 1?
Yes, definitely. I'm ready. Very excited.
Cool. So problem 1, right? And this actually is coming up more and more, which is funny because I'm ingrained in it. And I think anyone that's ingrained in it forgets about it. But ABM is an emerging topic. So the headache one is understanding what ABM actually is. So the question is very simple. It's what is ABM? How would you explain it to someone who doesn't know what it is? And I guess a more convoluted follow-on question from that would be does that explanation change if you're speaking to someone more experienced?
That's a great question, actually. In simple words, ABM is a marketing strategy, but it's a very targeted approach. So let's imagine you're a fisherman. I don't know if you're not a marketing person. So it's some methodology, some approach that can help you to find the right pond where the right fish for you. So it's exactly what you want to catch, and we tell you, this is your pond, this is your fish, and this is your tool. You can get your fish. And this is a very targeted approach. Rather than searching across different ponds, we just navigate you toward the right one. If you're a marketing person, I would say it's flipping over the traditional funnel. And we select the hottest accounts, the right accounts for us that we want to win and drive revenue for them. We select these accounts and just create a very tailored and personalized approach how to win these accounts with the right message at the right time. If you're a very experienced manager, I would say go deeper. So it's a very strategic approach, but leveraging the right technology, intent-based methodology approach to find the right accounts that meet your ICP and develop the right strategy and messaging campaigns, very personalized, that attract their attention, get engaged with them, and help sales to sell faster and measure ROI. So that's why just if you all the time measure your ROI and iterate.
I love all of those. Also, shout out to all fishermen and fisher ladies everywhere. There we go. We'll try and get more of those in marketing. It's very, very straightforward. Solid start, Katya. So the second problem is knowing where to start. So, hey, we understand what ABM is now, fishing in the right pond with the right fish in it. But like, what do the first steps look like to launching an ABM campaign? Which goals are important to align on? And think about this as well from like a high level. So CEO, CFO, what do they want to see as well as like the sales team? And as any good pilot, like what is a good timeline for a realistic ABM program?
That's great. Let's keep it simple. So always when I start working with some businesses, so I start from the foundation. For me, the foundation is data. First, I need to make sure that my customer company's data clean enough. Just let's have a look if you have enough data, for the account selection, for running some tests. Start from data. If not, just I like some spend more time, for cleaning up, for put some structure, I think it's very important. The second, because everyone says let's start from account selection. No, first start from the foundation. Make sure that actually data is clean, and the second, ICP. What's your ideal customer profile? I think this is very important because it's I would say at the core of your strategy, your ICP. And also one secret, ICP is not static, it's dynamic. That's why every quarter I highly recommend all teams to revisit the ICP, because they think, okay, we know our ICP, so let's go with that. I'm like, guys, when last time you revisited, your ICP? Are you sure? Because the market is changing, trends are changing, so a lot of stuff is going on. So data and ICP first. So when we align on it, I would say you can start account selection stage. So understand who our best fit accounts. You can leverage Sixth Sense. If you I would say your company is not at the early stage, it's reach some maturity. So you can like leverage some technology that can help you the account selection. If not, so look at your historical data, look at your CRM, have a look what accounts got engaged, what the warmest accounts at the moment. So leverage only HubSpot or another CRM. It's also can give you a lot of data and some information that you can use, for the account selection. The second, I would say, but it goes together. Start with ABM, it's teams alignment, so make sure that your sales and marketing, they talk to each other. Most of organizations, you can be very surprised, but they don't talk to each other, so, and they speak different languages. That's why find some advocate within your marketing team who knows how to speak with your sales, or maybe this person has a sales background like me, and so can understand that how sales, what language they use, So one secret is, of course, revenue. Sales, they care about money, they care about deals, they care about pipeline and revenue. That's why I think you need to find a common background. I always start from some workshops, like to help teams to get to know each other and understand, okay, so we create the plan together. It's not like marketing creates the plan and say like, so look, this is your plan now and we're going to work together. No, it doesn't work like this. You say, so it's, I would say, more like educational phase. You say, so talk to your SDRs, talk to your AEs, so look, ABM, talk to them in very simple words. What is ABM? How it works? How are we going to work together and create SLA? How are we going to work together and what's our key goals? And because sales, they don't care about your MQLs. We know they don't care about that. They say, how you can help me to drive, I don't know, a pipeline, open opportunities, booked meetings, So it's so this is about teams alignment. Also, it's about understanding how we're gonna create the plan. So milestones, So what's our milestones? Answering your questions, how launching a pilot, you just need to understand. Okay, so in general, it's like 8 to 12 weeks plan. So I would say 12 weeks more realistic. And typically you just need to create milestones and say, so look, this is all our phases, all our campaigns, and understand the buying journey. So getting back to technology, again, Sixth Sense can provide you information all about across all stages and where all these accounts at which stage. And picking up the right account is key. So, and also one more insight, you can't pick up 100 accounts. Start small. Launching a pilot, just start from small cluster, like just maybe 10 accounts, 5 accounts. And we see there the warmest account, and you need to create one-page account plan for each target account. So this is one page, some account research. It would be some kind of, I would say, map for sales and other teams, how they, okay, we are working on this account. We have technographics, firmographics, all information across these target accounts. And just it helps us to build outreach, messaging, just how we're going to engage. And the most important, when you create the plan, everyone should know their role. What's their role? So how and what's our success metric? It's also agree on, I would say, common metrics. Pipeline and revenue, I would say, it's the most crucial metrics, and all other metrics like account engagement rate, so newly engaged accounts, also meeting opportunities, how open opportunities, booked meetings, and so in the end, of course, revenue. But collaboration is key. I think the most important when you launch a campaign, a pilot, you just need to make it clear for everyone, running workshops. So also in my experience, what works very well for alignment, you just need to meet your stakeholders and meet each other, communicate, and actively listening. So because very often marketing and sales, I think they should listen more to each other, meet each other very, very often. I would say like with SDRs, for instance, like once a week, AEs, maybe twice a week, bi-weekly, and monthly, we can catch up with sales and just to revisit our plan and figure out where we are. And quarterly is our measuring progress and understand. So how is it going? Shall we change the direction, or maybe like yeah.
You must be one of the most horrible ABM managers on the planet. So I all of that's great. You dived into it so deeply, but like the timeline is always the thing that like triggers me. And you're like quarterly, like a 12-week plan, roughly quarter as a metric. Some people tell me they need at least a year before something happens. And I guess to your point, you did make that clear. You were like, right, revenue is the most important, but hey, probably after 12 weeks, we'll see an increase in account engagement, which is what will monitor it and then iterate going forward. But yeah, no, solid answer, Katya. You nailed that.
Thank you very much. But I think also just one comment regarding 1 year. Yeah, ABM is a long journey. So it's not just like 12 weeks and just we um, give up and just okay completed the task. No, it's just like because I always follow the agile approach and start small, and I think one quarter can show you some results and some insights. So the most important is about data enrichment, and more you run campaigns, tests, and just test, validate your assumptions. So it's 1 quarter, I would say, it's like one big milestone that in your IBM strategy. And after this quarter, you can gain a lot of insights, I would say, if you run campaigns simultaneously.
Yeah, no, it makes a ton of sense to run it that way. Katya, we're going to have to do like quick fire because I'm conscious of time for you, not me. I can overrun, but I just want to, question 3 is from previous guest, Travis Potter, who is the founder of Forgex, which is an ABM community. He does some awesome stuff over there. He asked, how do you see the convergence of demand gen and ABM taking place?
Okay, so my answer is like they go together. So I wouldn't say like, okay, now we follow account-based approach and we need to forget about it. Demand generation, it doesn't work, so leads are dead. No, I think it goes together. It should be it's two separate functions, but working as a demand generation manager at Snowflake. So our approach, my approach as well, was very account-based and data-driven. So demand generation now is very also account-based focused. I always needed to make sure that all my demand generation campaigns, how I can analyze the key accounts I included in my campaigns, and also I measured my campaigns from account-based perspective as well. So how many key accounts got engaged, so newly accounts engaged, and so answering your question, demand generation goes together with ABM, and it's more account-based and data-driven. I would say.
He's going to love that answer as well, because I had to catch up with him offline about it, and it's very similar. Problem 4 was ABM takes too long to see results. So I might have stole the limelight a bit earlier talking about this. But so yeah, question, how do you manage expectations during this? You mentioned it with like the quarterly kind of pivots and touch points. But, you know, are there any kind of like quick wins, low hanging fruit that most ABM managers and teams are missing that they should be kind of capitalizing on?
Yeah, you're absolutely right about expectations. Start from that your key stakeholders, your leadership team, they understand that ABM is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And about expectations, that ABM helps significantly shorten the sales cycle and help sales team sell faster. So that's why I always say, so look, see how it all, have a look, let's revisit our campaigns. So how you shorten the sales cycle, how you increase the velocity. So this is first. The second, about quick wins, I say, so look, because ABM, how in general leadership team wants to approach ABM, let's pick out big brands, we want to win big companies, and let's do one-to-one with these campaigns, big brands, like, no, it doesn't work like this. The bigger companies, longer sales cycle, from 6 months to 12 months. It's a real long sales cycle. So that's why let's go with quick wins. We need to identify the warmest accounts. So what are the warmest accounts? And we see some intense signals that they are ready to buy, and they pass the awareness stage, consideration stage, and they already, like in Sixth Sense methodology, it's called ask. So they are ready to buy from you. And quick wins, let's start from these accounts first. One more, I would say, close to lost opportunities, slightly underestimated. You say that close lost, so they definitely not ready to buy. I think you also need to re-engage these deals, and figure out why no. So what's no? What's objections? So I think also I would pay attention to these deals. Yeah, hope I answered.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I also think that's like a hidden gold mine, because like it could be a timing thing, sure, which might be a bit out of control, but often there is another way around it. And there's with ABM, the whole point of it is it's personalized, and you've got a million ways to kind of like chop up your message and the value add that you bring to a company. Question 5 was from, well, it's from multiple. We've had Saurabh mention it, who's the marketing manager at IGT. We've had Christina Jaramillo, who is the president of Personal ABM. We've had Henry Clark at Security HQ. All of them asked, what is the right time for an organization to adopt ABM? Because there are a lot of people thinking about it. It's coming up. I think, and maybe I would love if you could frame your answer as well, maybe using Sixth Sense, because I think what puts a lot of people off is a lot of these all-encompassing ABM tools. Everyone thinks you need to necessarily like jump straight to the technology, and that obviously comes with a relatively big price tag, which might put people off. But like, how would you know when an organization at its core is like ready to adopt this approach?
I always say that technology is not strategy. So that's why I think first you need just to figure out that your business is mature enough, and your marketing, again, start from the foundation, your data. You need to have enough data to run ABM. So that's why I would say work on data enrichment, run some campaigns, just figure out. So I wouldn't say that you need to start doing ABM straight away. No. So I think it's just first data. The second, you need to have enough resources. So ABM, if you have only one marketing person and one salesperson, I think it might be too early for you, to run ABM, just because you need resources. Regarding Sixth Sense, again, yes, it's a big investment, but it's the most powerful tool. So Sixth Sense is always ahead in the market. They really use the unique technology, but it's an investment. So that's why I think your business also need to be ready for this. Again, back to the beginning, data. And also, I think start small. Just start maybe with a simple tech stack. You can use, for instance, I'm working with some customers as startup, and we leverage only HubSpot, and we already started doing ABM, but only with HubSpot, small, just some ABM is also the mindset, how you approach is like, okay, I see already in my CRM, in the CRM, that some intense signals, so, and Sixth Sense is enough. HubSpot, I said Sixth Sense, HubSpot is enough, but Sixth Sense is more like when you have some tech stack that is ready, like more sophisticated, I would say, and enough resources as well, because implement success it also takes some time and takes some expertise. So that's why how to understand that your organization is ready: data. You have enough data, you see intent signals, you see accounts that are engaged. And the second, resources. I think you need to have also some budget and people who can do this stuff.
I think what you mentioned about mindset is super important, because actually I think that's probably more of they say as well, it's like money isn't often the objection. It's like they can't see the value. So if they are in the right headspace, you're right, the strategy, the tech, that all follows afterwards. Phenomenal. Are you, Katya, I'm so sorry, are you okay for 2 more questions?
Yeah, I'm very happy I
Yeah.
have.
Nice. So, following on from this beautifully is a question from Melissa Alonso, who is the Senior Director of ABX at SmartCat. Super intelligent lady, phenomenal. She asked, how have you actually leveraged Sixth Sense in your ABM campaigns? And I get the feeling you know your stuff, right? So I'm going to let you take this one however you want to take it. Maybe this is a perfect ad for Sixth Sense as well, but maybe if you can speak more about your personal experience using it, how it's maybe helped you overcome certain challenges, speed things up, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think maybe I start from my first experience leveraging Success. It was at Twilio. I was the first ABM manager, and it was some kind of challenge for me because it was first time, and I needed to learn quickly how to leverage Success. So it was on the corporate side. But I would say the effect that Success causes is significant impact, I would say. So just one example, it was our key vertical was financial services, and it was one to few ABM motion. So I selected like 20 accounts that we needed to approach and just understand, build a keyword list, understand what's interesting. It was a segment for one vertical, but based on all these accounts based around one challenge. So all these accounts had one challenge, and I bucketed by challenge mainly, and understand that they search very the same thing, so the same keywords. And what's exciting about Success that you have many options how you can target these accounts across different channels. LinkedIn, you can create some conversational emails. You also leverage Facebook. So it's also you can. So I think you shouldn't underestimate this channel, because in B2B they say, oh, Facebook doesn't work for us. But I think you also need to leverage, run multi-channel campaigns. And what's the most exciting about Success? Like Success, you can push Success data to LinkedIn, for instance. Like you can use this data. Just this campaign was, I think, run like maybe few months, maybe 2 months. So it was just not the 1 quarter, but uplift was significant in terms of like how many booked opportunity percentage. It was like I think 100% uplift. Also, if you close deals, so because I selected also the warmest account. I saw that these accounts, they at the stage SQAs, they at the stage that they are ready to buy, and this where Success is powerful. It shows you exactly where they are at the buying journey, what they search for, and and recommended actions. This is amazing. So in terms of like pipeline growth, booked meetings, so how we shorten the sales cycle, this is amazing.
I loved what you said as well. Like Sixth Sense, credit to them. Like they do lots of different things, and I think that's awesome for anyone that hasn't used Sixth Sense to get an overview of what is and isn't possible. One thing slightly off topic that I want to pick up on what you said is there's so much negativity with marketers who say email doesn't work, SEO doesn't work, Facebook doesn't work. Like if that was the case, we might as well all quit our job already.
Yeah.
And I think like you've got to somewhat go against that grain, right? When someone says something doesn't work, we'll be like, I'm going to try it out. If it doesn't work, then fine. But like sometimes you've just got to, because email, sure, all of these deteriorate, SEO deteriorates, display ads deteriorate, but they still work. It's just like trying to get the most out of them. And I think what you touched upon there about like the intent, the data, like making sure the people that you're targeting using these tools, it just all helps with that. So great. Shout out Sixth Sense, I guess. Question 7, previous guest, Vasilios, great guy as well. He is the EMEA and APJ. I don't know, what is that? Africa Pacific region? I'm not too
Mm.
sure. Japanese, maybe.
Yeah.
Marketing manager at Bug Crowds. So Bug Crowd do awesome stuff too. He asked, with the eventual demise, and this has been going on for about 5 years, who knows if it'll ever come, demise of cookies.
Mm.
What's next for companies such as Sixth Sense, Demand Base, maybe even like Bombora, all these companies that rely on like providing intent data in general? Where are they going?
Yeah, but actually, Sixth Sense already is not relying on a cookie. So Sixth Sense leverages a API based IP based solutions. So that's why they own technology and identifiers. So I think the again Sixth Sense is very ahead in the market, and I don't know much about demand base. I think it's slightly different for them because Sixth Sense has own patented technology identifier. It's called Six Signal. So they also again IP based solutions. Plus they work with some big publishers and they advertise on their platforms, and working with LinkedIn and Facebook. They all have their own audience data, and you can push against Sixth Sense data to LinkedIn directly, for instance, or Facebook. So I wouldn't say it's like a big challenge at the moment, because I would say Sixth Sense always enhance their processes and create new, identifiers and how they can leverage IP based. But definitely it's a big shift toward first party data. So that's why I think many companies like Sixth Sense, I would say, don't use cookie based solutions a lot, like so. But again, it's about Sixth Sense. I don't know much about demand based, so probably they also follow the same approach.
Well, you're debunking many Sixth Sense myths for us today, so I appreciate that. Katya, you've made it. Congratulations, you've been wonderful. The last thing I'll ask you is, do you have a question for our next guest that you would like me to ask?
Yes, definitely. I have one question, because we talk a lot about sales and marketing alignment, but we don't talk a lot about get leadership, the leadership team on board. So I think this is very important, and I would ask the next guest about what's your practical advice, how you can get leadership buy-in for adopting an ABM strategy.
I feel like we're looking for a golden goose answer here, and I don't know if there will be one, but I will ask the question to multiple people. Maybe there's like three little words they say to them, and I don't know, they buy in. But that's a great question. Katya, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed our talk, and yeah, it was amazing. Thank you.
Awesome.